Hi, this is Laurence, and this is the Healing Presence channel. So today I'm bringing you for a ride. I'm going to share with you my awakening journey. It's the start of this YouTube channel, so I've been wanting to do this for so many years, and it's just time, you know? Do I have everything figured out? No. Am I ready? Yes. So let's do this. Come with me as I find just the perfect spot to sit down, relax, and talk to you guys. And let's go. First video. Ooh. Welcome. I am Laurence. I am a spiritual guide and mentor for those who are seeking meaning or who are seeking to reconnect with their own healing essence in order to create a life aligned around who they are, their values, their passions, talents, aspirations. And so today is the first video I'm making. I'm super excited. I have been trying to make this video for such a long time and just felt blocked. So here we go. It's not gonna be perfect, but hey, you know what? Perfect doesn't exist anyway, so let's just do it. I just wanted to introduce this channel by simply sharing a little bit more about who I am, about my journey to awakening and to realizing my full potential, which is still ongoing, by the way. But I feel like I've come to this very stable, grounded, and mature place in my journey to self-actualization, and I now feel very comfortable supporting others onto their quest. So here we go. My journey started with a fated encounter with my main spiritual mentor of the past 14 plus years. She's an Indigenous woman from Canada and Nova Scotia, Esquimalt, and she comes from a lineage of healers, energetic healers that are very traditionalist, so they go by traditions. They have been doing so for years and years and years. And so I've been blessed into meeting her when I was working in a restaurant. I was about like 18 years old. I was a shooter girl, and I was like, going to college and I was drunk and serving shooters to cowboys, because it was a cowboy bar, in my hometown. And she was there, and she came to me and she said, "Is this really what you want to do with your life?" And I could feel her energy resonate, and it really it shocked me like a deer. I didn't know what to say, and she handed me her card. And then back in the days, all my friends were going to see medium, and on her card it was like Native American medium. So I was like, this is it, this is the woman I'm gonna go and see. So I went to see her, and it changed my life. And she kind of saw me in an airport. I was wearing a uniform with other people, and then she was like, "Have you ever thought about being a flight attendant?" And I was like, "Yeah." My aunt, my aunt, sorry, so French. My aunt was working for Air Canada, and she asked me if I wanted to be a flight attendant when I was 18. And I said no, because I just wanted to party, be with my friends, shopping, etc. So, and then when my spiritual mentor brought it back, I was like, wait a minute, that could really open the doors of the world to me, because I felt really stuck. I was, I had very limiting beliefs, I had doubts, I had insecurity, and also I was stuck into a recurring pattern that was harmful not only to me, but to the people I loved. And so, yeah, in 2012, I became a flight attendant. So I remember being in college, right before, I was doing, I think it was prepping for a presentation with other people, and I received a call from Air Canada, and they were kind of talking to me in English, doing a test to see how my English was. It sucked. but I passed the test. So I was like, I had still ongoing tests to pass before becoming officially a flight attendant, but I just quit college because it felt like it was fated. I just felt that this was for me. Like there were no other way I couldn't like get the job. So that was another fated event. It was very, very intense, and I was so happy, and I had to move to Toronto. So I became a flight attendant for Canada, and right before that my house burned. So that was very traumatic, but also it was kind of a first, I see it as one of my first spiritual initiations where I truly, it changed my perspective and my attachment to materials, like the material world, because in the end it's not worth anything if it can burn and disappear from one day to another, and there are other things that matter most than material to me. It's okay if it's not the same to you. And so so I became a flight attendant, and it truly within my perspective of the world. So I mean, it brought so many spiritual initiations that I'm definitely gonna share in other videos, because it's like stories straight out of the movies. I sometimes still can't believe it myself that I went through that. And so I think that, you know, what I mean by spiritual initiation is that it's very intense events that happens, and you have no other choice but to master yourself, to overcome your fear, and to kind of deal with it. And so that's that. And you know, when I was a flight attendant, I used to travel also for leisure. So I would work 3 weeks on, and then I would get 3 to 4 weeks off, and I would go and travel the world. So my quest for knowledge was getting really, how to say it, like satisfied, because Peach, this is Peach. So my quest for knowledge was like getting very like nourished, because I would be traveling and meeting so many people from different cultures, from different religions, and I would always manage to kind of make my way through all the our differences to find really what passionates me, is to find the common thread between all the religions, but also the cultures. And so that really has made me who I am today as a human being, the way I connect with other people, with the environment, and it was very formative. And so during those years being a flight attendant, so from 2012 to 2018 officially, but I also started receiving some traditional teachings from my mentor. Oh, that's lovely. And one of it was called by she's still teaching it, it's called the Warrior Way. So it's a traditional teaching that teach you how to kind of understand your mind, how it works, versus how the intuition works and the feelings, and also how all of those bodies are interrelated, so mind, body, and soul, we could say. And then this really helped me understand how the human machine, the sensitive machine of human beings, works. And so this was life-changing. It took me years to truly embody it and understand it in a very deep way. The Warrior Way is the art of alignment, to live a life fully aligned, and this is now like at the foundation of who I am, but also of what I teach. And let me check my notes for a second, because I have so much things to say. And so, you know, something also happened. I'm gonna just introduce you to one of my biggest spiritual initiations. Is I was just following the Warrior's Way. I think I just had started or whatsoever, like maybe a couple months or whatnot, and then I went to Bali for vacation, and within a few days I got bitten by a snake in a holy water temple. and we'll talk about that in another video. Stay tuned. And so that was really, really big. And then in 2017, I was living in Vancouver back then, and I started feeling very depleted and lost, and as if I was on a computer chair just spinning around and I couldn't find the pinpoint of direction. And then I went to see my doctor, and I was burnt out, like many of the human beings right now. And so I was forced to take a break from work, and I was healing. I really, really took this time to dive deep and do the inner work that needed to be done in order for me to truly be able to live my mission and actually find my mission, because I kind of had a feeling of what my mission was, but I couldn't still yet find words for it. I don't know if it makes sense, but that's how it was for me. And so, yeah, it was about 9 months of doing the inner work, and then something happened where I fell and broke my teeth. And so it really kind of like changed the way I identified to my physical body, because I used to really identify too much to what I looked. And now I identify way more into how I feel and how my essence feel, and how I feel in the presence of others, how I shine and share this kind of love that I have for life, for me, for everyone. And so that was really big. And then in 2018, another spiritual initiation that I'm gonna share in another video, which is a plane incident where we received TCAS alert, which is a collision alert with another plane, and the captain had to do an emergency maneuver. And I thought I would be dying again, but I didn't, and that was it. To me, it was clear that, and just a couple weeks before this incident, I was writing in my journal, please help me. I'm ready to live my mission. I just don't know. I'm too insecure to do it alone. Like I was so scared, I was having a good salary. I was 25 years old. I was traveling the world for free. And, I had insurance, I did. I was so afraid I could not get that in my future life. So, you know how it is. And then, this happened. So to me, it was a clear sign from the universe that I was done. It was time for me to really redirect and focus on my life mission, even though I wasn't even 100% sure of what it was. It was really time for me to kind of work my way through it. And so I was blessed enough to, get help, financial help, because I got injured at work. So I had 2 years of paid salary to really heal again, do the deep healing work, and truly figure out what it is I wanted to do with my life, which I always knew was going to be what I'm doing right now with the healing presence. But I was not yet ready. I was not mature enough. I over-identify most of the time to my ego. I had so much to learn again, and so much more to embody before I could help truly others in a place of integrity, as I was taught by my mentor and the traditions in our family. So that's that. And then in 2020, the money was cutting off, and I was like, ooh, I'm not yet ready. I haven't found a job and everything. So, I built my own production company, and it's called Nouveau Monde Production. So New Heart Productions, New World Production, Nuevo Mundo Production. And so that was a beautiful experience where I really got to develop my entrepreneurial skills. So with this production company, I also it didn't came out of nowhere. I grew up on movie sets, so I was always kind of interested in the movie and entertainment industry. And so I have produced documentary podcasts, and we were the first to adapt the podcast into traveling exhibitions. And they're still running to this day. Thank God. This is amazing but we also had a lot of projects that didn't work and lost tons of money, but learned tons of lessons that I'm never gonna do again. So this is, you know, and also being an entrepreneur and like networking, and I travel internationally to connect and network, and truly help me embody like the traditional knowledge that I received into the day-to-day life, like being on the workplace and chatting with people and dealing with people, hiring people, and, you know, having to direct others and listen to them. So it really kind of helped me develop as a leader and of course a producer and a director. But yeah, it was a beautiful journey. It's not over, we're just transitioning, because what I truly want to do is have spirituality 360 in my life. So that's the healing presence and every goodies that's gonna come out of it, whether it is the YouTube channel, the school community, my one-on-one offerings, or even the meditations that are coming through, and the retreats, because there will be retreats, and there will be retreats with traditional indigenous facilitators as well. You can count on me for that. So that's that. We're almost done for the first intro, but then, you know, as you can see, I'm in a beautiful environment. I live in Costa Rica, and this has always been a dream of mine to live by the beach. Even when I was a flight attendant, you know, I was always traveling to islands and beaches, like beach towns, and just felt my best self doing so. But I was always so sad having to come back home and whatnot. So yeah, so now I made it happen. In 2023, sorry, I moved to Nicaragua, and I then made my way to Costa Rica. And now I get to live this dream. And with you, I'm launching the Healing Presence, which is my biggest dream. And I'm so excited to hear your feedback. If you have any questions about me, my journey, my spiritual practice, please don't hesitate to comment. You can also send me private message on Instagram, Laurence-McAvoy. And also, you know, this is a free YouTube channel. It's a new YouTube channel. I'm literally starting from scratch, so it would mean the world if you support me and just subscribe to the channel to help my message reach the right person. And yeah, so this is to say, all those years of really hard work and committing to my spiritual practice and inner development work really paid off. And right now I can fully say that I live a life 100% aligned with who I am, my values, my talents, my aspirations, and I'm just so grateful. Sorry, but for those who know me, the Healing Presence has been my ultimate dream. Sharing my spiritual gift with the world is what I came here to do, and I'm so looking forward to support you on your journey. So thank you so much for being there. Bear with me. I'm gonna share much more, but it would truly help if you ask me some questions so I can literally answer you. And this is also what I do on the school community. If you want to join and become a member, you can ask me all the questions you want about spirituality and self-development, self-actualization, and I answer them like on a live call where we can all interact together every 2 weeks. And also on the school community, if you become a member, you have access to one masterclass with a new world visionary, healer, or leader. And this is where you'll be able to truly also ask your question and interact directly with them. And some are like world renowned. So I'm very excited to share all of this with you. Thank you for being there. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you soon.